Did you know that the key to getting out of debt and building wealth lies in financial education? Come discover the essential steps to transform your life and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed of. Are you struggling with debt and don't know how to get out of this? You've come to the right place. In this video, Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, will show you the strategies he and his wife, Kim, used to turn their lives around. This is the kind of advice that can help you take control of your money and your future. If this topic interests you, comment 1000 below. As soon as I see your comment, I'll give you a heart. And if you can support the channel, just leave a like and subscribe. It takes less than a second and makes a huge difference. We have a lot of inspiring content coming up, full of tips for you to have a more prosperous and fulfilling life. So, let's go. Robert starts by sharing a bit about his story, which hasn't been easy. Kim and I have been together for over 30 years, but we started with nothing. Many people think she married me because I had money, but that's not true. Back then, I was carrying the frustration of a failed business. To make matters worse, we were $800,000 in debt, which was a big lesson. In the end, we managed to pay it all off. But the lingering question is, how do you pay off debts quickly? Many people say to cut up your credit cards, but I think that's a mistake because the card itself isn't the problem. In fact, I really enjoy using them. Now, let's talk about the steps to get out of this situation. Step 1. Be honest with yourself. The first step is to be honest with yourself. This was one of the hardest things I faced, as Kim had never gone through a financial crisis like mine. She couldn't imagine someone driving a Mercedes and being completely broke. I was hoping the money would show up, acting as if everything was perfect. On the outside, it seemed like I was smooth, dining at the best places. But the reality was that I was at rock bottom. You can fool your girlfriends, but you can't hide the truth from your wife. So, the first thing I did was have an open conversation with Kim. I wasn't as rich as I seemed. It's crucial to be truly honest with yourself, because if you have a goal, you need to know where you are before charting a path. If you're ready for this honesty, leave a comment saying honesty is the first step. Step 2. Say goodbye to unpayable loans. The second step is to stop accumulating loans you can't pay off. And this is urgent. Oftentimes, you'll have to make some sacrifices. When Kim and I moved from Hawaii to California, we were homeless and living in the basement of an apartment. We had to make do with what we had because money was tight. Kim only had a few bucks to get by over the weekend until I got back home on Sunday night. If you believe avoiding unpayable loans is essential for growth, leave a comment saying stop the loan, start the growth. Step 3. List all your debts. The third step is to make a list of all your debts. And the key word here is all. When I mentioned all, Kim looked at me in disbelief because I had so many outstanding debts and was reluctant to admit it. I always tried to avoid it or paid some bills here and there, but there came a moment when she asked why I didn't want to face the truth about the situation. So, I called my last business and realized I needed to sit down and list all the investors I owed money to, as well as friends and family. I felt a weight for not having talked about it before, but Kim encouraged me to write everything down. Furthermore, credit card companies aren't friendly when you don't pay, and I had to show the letters I was receiving and basically admit the situation. I encourage you to comment if you've been through a significant debt issue or if you know someone who has. Share your story. Your experience could be the light at the end of the tunnel for someone in need. If you believe confronting your debts is the path to freedom, leave a comment saying face your debts, find your freedom. Step 4. Hire an accountant. The fourth step is crucial if you're under pressure from debts. I've tried managing my own financial records, but when I'm stressed, embarrassed, and worried about how much I owe, I refuse to face the truth and don't pay attention to the details. So, Kim and I decided to talk to my rich dad, and it was he who suggested we hire an accountant. At first, I hesitated, thinking the cost was high. But my rich dad reminded me that wealthy people have accountants to help them keep their finances in order, while those who struggle financially often don't keep accurate records. This was a valuable lesson. Investing in financial management can be what separates you from truly controlling your finances and the constant stress of debt. If you've ever thought about seeking professional help for your finances, leave a comment. After all, it's always good to have an expert by your side on your financial journey. Step 5. Create a visual representation of your debt. This is the 5th step. After making the list of all your debts, the next step is to create a visual representation of those debts to manage them effectively. Start by listing each creditor, the total amount owed, and the minimum monthly payment required in a spreadsheet or notebook. Visualize each debt clearly. Highlight the creditor's name, show the total amount owed, specify the minimum monthly payment, and calculate how many months it will take to pay off each debt by dividing the total by the minimum payment. It's essential to review this list daily, as it helps keep you informed about your progress and motivates you. Keep detailed records of payments made and adjust your plan if necessary based on changes in your financial situation. Consistency and commitment to your repayment plan are crucial for continuously eliminating your debts and achieving financial stability. Additionally, don't forget to regularly check your records to ensure everything is clear and in order. If you like the content so far, don't hesitate to click the like button. And for those new here, subscribe to the channel and help us continue providing this content. Can I count on your support? If you've already subscribed, comment, "I subscribed." Thank you for that. Now that you've commented, let's move forward. When Kim and I met, we had nothing. It took 10 years for us to go from zero to achieving financial freedom. She was 37 and I was 47 at the time. This is the power of focusing on assets instead of liabilities. Most people are so busy working for money, trying to pay their bills and accumulating liabilities that they believe are assets. The first gift I gave Kim was teaching her about this difference, and now we are financially free. Anyone can achieve this feat. It's a matter of directing your focus the right way. We met in 1973, and it was then that I took my first real estate investment course. Although I lost money and managed to recover it, I never gave up the pursuit of assets. There are many people struggling to make $1,000, and the reason often lies in their mindsets, emotions, spirituality, and physical preparation. Kim and I are now making multiple millions of dollars, but we wouldn't have gotten to this point if we hadn't faced and overcome the initial challenge of making $11,000. In every obstacle, we needed to be greater than the problem. Many people facing hardships with smaller amounts like $1,000 haven't been able to resolve them until they evolve personally and become mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically larger than the problem they face. Transformation starts from the inside out, and it's vital to be prepared for the changes you want to see in your life. If you're determined to become greater than your challenges, you will definitely get there. Step 6. Determine the order to pay each debt. The 6th step is crucial. You need to establish the order in which you will pay your debts. Start by listing all your debts and assigning each one a circular number from smallest to largest, based on the total amount owed. Focus on paying off the debt with the smallest circular number first, regardless of the interest rates. This provides quick wins and helps keep your motivation up. Many people often ask, shouldn't I pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first? While this makes sense theoretically, focusing on the smaller debts first allows you to experience quick results that show this approach works. By quickly paying off these debts, You gain confidence and are motivated to continue. As Kim always says, the goal isn't just to pay interest. It's how quickly you can get rid of the debts. When you observe the average person, they generally have a job and are focused on making money. They pay the mortgage on their home, and that money goes to the bank. However, this isn't an asset since the money is flowing out, becoming a liability. The definition of a liability, that it takes money out of your pocket, while an asset puts money into your pocket. My rich dad's advice was, buy property. Even if you lose money, put money in your account, not in the bank's account. And you, do you think a simple strategy is more effective? If so, comment simple strategy. What matters is your dedication to following this approach. Step 7. Focus on building assets. The only effective way to create wealth and get rid of debts is to focus on building assets. Many people work hard to make money, but a common problem is that as soon as they increase their income, the government automatically raises their taxes. A liability, in turn, takes money out of your pocket. Therefore, the strategy should always be to buy assets instead of liabilities, which include things like houses, cars, and debts. The most important thing is to invest in your financial education. Your greatest asset is what's between your ears. Therefore, improving your knowledge in this area is the best way to move forward financially. This helps not only to pay your debts off faster, but also to find ways to earn more money and create solid assets. If you want to speed up paying off your debts, keep your current job or look for a new one while also dedicating time to your financial learning. Financial education is a game changer. If you also believe this is the way to go, comment financial education. Let's build a more prosperous future together. Conclusion: building wealth and freeing yourself from debt isn't just about numbers. It's a journey of personal and financial transformation. By focusing on strategies like prioritizing the repayment of smaller debts, investing in financial education, and acquiring assets instead of liabilities, you won't just change your financial situation, but also your mindset. Remember that each step you take towards financial freedom is a victory that reinforces your motivation and confidence. On this path, continuous education becomes the foundation of your success. So, embrace learning, make conscious choices, and keep a firm eye on your goals. True wealth goes beyond money. It's the freedom to live by your own rules and the security of a bright future. At the end of this journey, you'll realize that the greatest achievement was not only paying off debts, but transforming your life into an inspiring success story. Let's move forward towards the future you deserve. Did you like the tips? Then, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and leave your comment on which strategy you will implement first. Let's go together on this journey towards financial success.